freaking long since I even pulled out the camera, recorded, uploaded. It's been like a month. A whole month, and honestly I miss you guys. I've been just going through it and stuff, so I was just busy. Like, I was just doing things, to be honest. This is gonna be like a get ready with me because I got something to talk about, okay? To chat, you know? Let me stop. Anyways, I miss you guys for real. Like, how are you? Take the time to let me know how you are in the comments, because I actually do love talking to you guys for real. So this video, I really want to get into like kind of what I've been through, especially recently. Okay, and yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to do in terms of this video. Kind of just talking about basically obedience to God, okay? And it's not as you think it is, okay? I'll explain it in the video more so. Yo, where is that pen? I have an eyebrow pen, I don't even know where it is. Anyways, yeah, so basically, before we get into this video, make sure you do like, comment, and subscribe, okay, to support your girl. Let's start this video. So basically, I'm gonna talk about like kind of like what I've been through. Not even what I've been through, but I'm gonna relate to what I've been through in this kind of chit chat. But I've been disobedient to God. I'm not even gonna lie to you. These past 2-3 years have been so emotional for me and so crazy and drama filled for someone that wants peace. But yeah, my life has just been so hectic ever since I came out of high school, if I'm being so honest. And let me just say, there was times I was so close to God, like I knew God was with me type of thing, you know? Like, so that's how I was going about. There was times between 2021 and now where I was very on and off of God. And let me just say, when God tells you something, listen, okay? Because what I went through, I don't wish it on anybody. And God warned me so many times, and I never listened, okay? I'll be honest, I'm a stubborn person, so it's like I really learned my lesson. That's all I have to say. I learned my lesson, and never again will I do it. I'm not gonna tell you guys what happened, especially recently, but I'll just kind of improvise. Yeah, so between 2021 and 2023, I was disobedient to God, on and off relationship with him. There were times I was super close with him, tight like a booty hole close. You feel me? And then there were times where I was just like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I was without God. I didn't even feel him. I'm like, this sucks. Like, why am I even here? I'm gonna just be real with you guys. There were times like I was just talking to guys, and the way I am, I'm a very like, I love attention, I love affection. So it's like when I felt like I was away from God, that's when I felt like I didn't like have that affection that I wanted from him, you know, like that 24/7 affection. Even though I know God is there, it's like I just never, there's times where God, you're really not gonna feel God. I'll be honest, you're not gonna feel God 24/7, and I forget that sometimes. And so at the time, I was just like, God, where are you? And then I turned to the things of the world, which is a big mistake. I don't advise that at all, especially when I was reading upon it in the Bible, saying, do thou shalt not this, do not this, you're gonna get, you know, cursed if you do this type of thing in the Bible. It's like I didn't listen, and it's like God kept putting these signs in front of me not to do these things, these caution signs, and I didn't even care. Well, let me rephrase that. It's not that I didn't care, it's just that I didn't listen and I ignored God's signs, and that was a big mistake. Because I'm here thinking that I could do life without God, that I can find man without God. And I was basically focused on the wrong things, which is why like I've been what I've been through. And so God really had to like be like, girl, get yourself in check. Like there was times where I was begging, like I would be begging God, like bawling my eyes out to God, like take this away from me. And then when he took it away from me, I'd be like crying, like, Lord, why'd you take it from me? Like that's the type of attention that I wanted at the time, where I'm like, I was in the world and not in the world, you feel me? Like I was really trying to build this godly life, but trying to build it without God. Like, does that make sense to you?
No, exactly.
So I was just kind of all over the place, trying to, like, even when you see people on social media, which is another reason why I need to get off, but even when you see people on social media going through the same same things that you're doing, like the same worldly stuff, like let's say drinking or smoking or whatever, and they make it more acceptable and they make it seem like their life is good, like doing it. It's like, now I'm like, okay, if I could do that and, you know, have a relationship with God, like that can work. But those two never, let me just say, those two never go in hand. What is that called? Being lukewarm. Being lukewarm, I'm telling you, it never works. You will never win. It's a constant battle that you're gonna be fighting. And when I was going through it, I felt so worthless and just I felt like disgusted. Like, well, either way, back to my story. I was doing worldly stuff. It never worked out because I went through what I went through, like a really traumatic experience recently, especially with someone, and I really don't want to go through it again. And that was like my peak, to be like, I just need to focus on God, because this trying to rebel against God and not listen to what he's telling me, and I'm seeing and I'm praying, I'm like, God, just remove the things that are not for me in my life. And when I prayed that, like when I tell you guys, I prayed that, and then all of a sudden problems started rising with this person, that's when I'm like, okay, God really didn't want me to be with this person, or else I wouldn't have gone through what I'd gone through with them, right? So this very traumatic experience really kind of made me realize that I was trying to look for love in places that can't give me love, the same exact love that God gives me. And it's like, I need to just accept that. And as much as God isn't physically here with me, the only physical affection I need is God. I need to get in my word. I need to be on my knees praying. I need to be surrounded by people like that. Again, everybody's on a different journey with God. So it's like, don't be following people, and don't take people who aren't actually fully into God. Do not take their advice. That's why I pray. I always pray that God fills me and surrounds me with people who are of him, that actually want to build a relationship with God, that actually have a relationship with God, that knows what it's like, that can pray for me, that I can pray for them, that, you know, we're just all around surrounded with each other, like the love of each other, the love of God. Never neglect the fact that God is literally like, God is omnipresent. My Father is everywhere, bruh. My Father is everywhere. If you can't feel him, see him, or hear him, I feel bad for you. I pray that each and every one of you has a relationship with God, or is trying to build a relationship with God, and that you're not ignorant to, you know, his calling to you. You always seek him with your whole heart. Don't run to the things of this world. And that's the big mistake that a lot of people make. And then they get stuck feeling like, why do I feel like this? Like, thinking that worldly things is gonna be any better than God's way, right? And when you're really trying to build a relationship with God, you realize a lot. Just going back isn't even an option anymore. Like, it's just everybody's like the same person in a different body. The way they act, the way they move, the way they are, everybody just moves the same way without God. Like, yeah. Woo. Yeah, that's kind of like my message to you guys, kind of like where I'm at, hoping to kind of teach you guys, like, don't be disobedient to God. That's my message for this video. Just make sure you put God first in your life. And many people think that, oh, living a godly life is so boring. No, it's not. I could tell you it's not. I thought that before, being the person I am, following the worldly trends and the worldly things and all these people and all these celebrities, whatever they do, trying to get famous at the time. Like, I was following all of that stuff. Like, did that work for me? No. I had to find Jesus in order to find myself. I'm telling you, I've never felt better than being with God. Like, I feel like myself. I just feel so great. Like, and I wish people like felt that, because people be ignorant and they're like, God this, God that, like blaming God for everything but never blame themselves. And either way, like Jeremiah 29 verse 13, make sure to read that. Like it says in the Bible, seek God and you will find him. Also, when I let go of people and things that I felt to my spirit didn't belong in my life, or like was like draining or wasn't godly in a way, like the things that we were doing weren't godly type of thing. When I felt like that, and when I let go of those certain people and certain things, like the weed, the smoking, and not even just those things, but people as well, right? When I let go of that, when I tell you guys, I kid you not, and I can't even lie, when I tell you God blessed me, he gave me so many opportunities. I'm like, where did this come from? Because all of a sudden when I let go of certain individual at the time of my life, when I let go of them, it's like God started blessing me with things I didn't even know that I needed, okay? Even things that I prayed for before, God blessed me with. And in those times, that's why I say be obedient, because God was saying, I even prayed, I said, God, I'm not going back to that person. And even God told me, don't go back to that person. The many times that he kept talking in my ears, and it went out the other ear, and I was ignoring and stubborn. So that's why I say, like, there's a lot of things that you could have, but you choose not to because you're stuck in your ways. Remember that. So it's like when you accept God and the plans that he has for you, that's when you really actually start getting the blessings that he bestows upon us. That's when you actually start seeing things like appear, like that you didn't even know that you needed, that you wanted. It's crazy how God moves, like, for real. That's really my message for this video. I really hope the best for all of you, really and truly. If you need any prayer, like, let me know, because I will pray for you in advance. Comment down below if you need somebody to talk to, even about this Christian life. Hit me up, comment down below. But without further ado, make sure you go down below, make sure you like this video, make sure you do comment down below. Let's chat, okay? Let's chat. Thank you very much. And make sure to subscribe to the channel to support. But I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.
I'ma bring you on tour with me.